It's you. You're just in time for crafts. For those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Dash, and today we're doing our car camping bathroom crafts. Today we are making a Sudsy Soap Bag. What's a Sudsy Soap Bag, you ask? Let me show you. Every time you go to wash your hands, does the soap get away from you? Well, the Sudsy Soap Bag. Sudsy Soap Bag. Many uses. Simple. Washing your hands, washing your arms, washing your dishes. Always ready to go. And you leave it attached. Dries itself, doesn't go mouldy, always ready to go. Perfect. Got a towel too. The items we're going to need today is going to need a washer or a flannel. It doesn't matter what size it is, or a microfibre cloth, or a cut off of a towel or a tea towel. We will also need some soaps, obviously, and then we are either, depending on what you have, we could use paracord, camp rope, ribbons, shoelaces, or if we're in a jam, a zip tie. We're out in the sunshine using my Yeti Gold Zero to power my sewing machine. Though my father taught me many mechanical skills, I also had a great mother who taught me how to sew and cook. So between the two of them, I've learnt many things in my life. The first one we'll be starting with is this little washers I found. It has a lovely drip pattern on it, so it runs off the water. This is 23 centimetres by 23 centimetres, or 10 inch by 10 inch approximately. So keeping in mind where the pattern's going, our bag will be running that way. But the first thing we do is work out where the top is, and we're going to fold it over. It could be, depending how deep you want your bag, could be just a centimetre or two, or half an inch to an inch. We will be using this peg rope, so as long as it's got plenty of room to get through. Now, proper sewing, we will probably pin this, but it doesn't really matter. So obviously you can still hand sew if that's your preference, or you don't have a machine. I am aware that I should probably be using white thread, but my machine had black thread in it. I do have white thread, but then I'd have to change the bobbin and everything. So it's just being a little lazy, to be honest. And plus the extra colour can help you see where my stitching is. There we go. That's going to be our hole for the cord at the top. If you think that won't hold well, you can also, on the previous one, I also zigzag stitched, or scallop stitched. That reinforced it, so if there's too much pull, it will hold it. I honestly think that would be sufficient, but we might as well do a bit extra, hey? Once again, using the wonderful scissors my parents gave me when I was 14 for sewing class, and I use them for absolutely everything, and they're still sharp after all these years. Okay, so that adds a little bit extra decoration as well, even though my line's not too straight. Now, you've got to turn it inside out. We're gonna sew it together. Quite easy, simple steps. First, we just got to make the cord pocket, and then we just stitch it up. This does have a curve there, so I have the option to curve this side to make it look even, which I did do on this one. Or we could square them off if that's easier. Run straight down and then straight across. It doesn't matter if we waste a little in that. There's plenty of room for the soap. Now, we don't want to stitch up the opening to these pockets. As these ones are curved, I can start about here, but if they were straight across to there, then I'd start just below them, which I'll show you on the next one, so that we can easily access it. Remember, you can always hand sew this. You can do any style of stitching, saddle stitch, blanket stitch. I'm going to curve both corners just to make it even. Okay, get rid of all of our dead threads. Okay, so now we can turn the bag the right way. I could zigzag that as well if I had a desire, but after making a few of these, I know that the single stitching is strong enough. So there's our little bag. We're going to use the rope. As you can see, the openings are there. Just got to thread it through. When you use any of these ropes that are synthetic, when you cut them, it's best to burn the ends so they don't fray. Wait till that cools down a little. They're sticky normally. And the firmness of that will help it thread through. If you're having trouble, a bobby pin or something can help you pull cords in that through. If you're using a ribbon or a shoelace. This is where you don't want the cord channel to be too small. Gives you plenty of room to push it through. There we go. Okay. Next big decision is what length cord you would like to use. This bag I used to create a shorter cord. So when I pulled it, it only hung that far, which is handy for on my water can. It's the right length. This one though, we're designing it for the shower. So we want it a bit longer than normal because we're going to hang it from somewhere else and be able to wash ourselves with it without losing it. So it doesn't fall to the ground, but we need it long enough that can reach a good part of our body. Because in our next car camping bathroom craft, we'll be making a sudsy shower tunnel. Sounds exciting. Okay, we've sealed the ends. They're not going to fray. I like to flatten them out so that the knot I tie is very smooth, I suppose the word is. See? And there we go. And all we got to do then is drop in our soap. We have a Sudsy Soap Bag. That's our Sudsy Shower Soap Bag. This is our Sudsy Hand Wash Soap Bag with the shorter cord. I also want to show you today, if we were using a washer or microfibre towel, that obviously is larger than the one we just used. These are like 15 inch by 15 inch or 30 odd centimetres by 30 odd centimetres. So we work out the sizing we want. Obviously a bag that big is way sufficient. Some you might even get 3 out of. So what I'm going to do is lay that, and we're going to cut that up. Obviously when we cut one, we have a more frayed edge. It's a rougher edge, it's frayed, so we should sew that first before we do anything else. I know my cutting was crooked. That's what happens. Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it works. So now that we've done that, it's different to before, but that's okay. With the side that we've done that, that is where we'll decide how much fold we need for our cord. And yes, we can pin it if we have pins. I'm afraid I don't. Might do, but I'm not sure where they are. Make sure we have this inside out when we stitch up the other side. May not be doing it perfectly, but we'd like that. Okay, these are a lot more squarer than the last lot, so we don't have the curve to allow some extra space. So we'll have to start stitching so that these bits are open. Always reinforce your ends. There we go. Put it back the other way. Once again, we have a nice little bag ready to go. I can either use the yellow cord to match it, I could have some red cord here if I wanted contrasting. So I might try it, hey? Got some paracord that I had sitting around. As we're going to go through that rough bit, through the center where it's stowed, sometimes it's better to have something to help you pull it through. And I find these stick more on the fabric. At Temu, you can get these little cord threaders, like $1 for 3 to 5 of them. Grab our cord, put it through there, and we'll do this one, aren't we? Cord, put it through, just a little, grab our bag, poke it through. Especially with microfibre, it catches a lot more than the others. So then we push and pull, basically. Push that down, pull the material. Push that through, pull the material. Push it through, pull the material. What you doing, Maro? Pull the material. Make sure it's going up the cord. It's a lot quicker. Should have done it with the other one. And there you go. Really quickly done. Tie this up. Try and keep it sort of flat and neat. Just looks prettier. I know my stitching doesn't look prettier, but you'll see the knot. Then you can rearrange it as you go. If you want to level it out, there you go. Pop in our soap. We have another bag. Sudsy Soap Bags. I hope you enjoyed today's crafts. Car camping bathroom crafts. The Sudsy Soap Bag. That was incredibly fun to do with you. I hope you come back for more car camping bathroom crafts. Next one is very exciting. We're going to make a Sudsy shower tunnel.